a significant problem this morning. This is underneath the bed. This is all the gadgets and gizmos that help me to extend the bed electronically, right? And just up there, if you can see it, just around about there, is a trapped cable.
I found this on the web.
And it's snapped out of the end of this cable. But because it's trapped, I can't pull it out. Oh man, I've got a jack. So what I'm going to do, try and jack the bed up just ever so slightly, just a millimetre or so, maybe 2, so I can slide that cable out. Don't know if this is going to work. I don't know how I'm going to film it. We'll give it a go. Before. And I'm not going to jack it up on here, obviously. I'm going to do it from under there, but I just want to have a look and see how this jack works. Oh, good news, I found a packet of pasta I didn't realise I had. Right, okay, so I found somewhere I can sit it on. How do I unpack this? This thing is brand new, it's never been used. Let's just pull that over there. Oh, it's still got the tie wraps on it. So let's take those off. On. Oh. Oh man, this is harder than I thought to film this. I'll spin it around and turn it down. Okay, there's another tie wrap down here. Let's get it out. Right, so one assumes that this comes up and you just simply twist. Oh my god, which way do you twist? Righty tighty. It's definitely not moving. This thing even work? How does this work? I'll bring it back when I've worked it out. I've managed to free up that cable using a scissor jack. Okay, so I've just lifted that bed up just ever so slightly and we can see the damage here. This was the male part and this was the female part. It's been totally crushed. I'm going to try and plug it back in just to see if by some miracle I can get that bed to retract. But before I do that, I need to put the jack away. I've tried to plug the two things back in together That was absolutely not going to happen. They were just crushed beyond repair. So the next thing is that I'll go to Halford. I'll purchase a soldering iron, some solder, some heat shrink, and set to work making that repair. I'm no stranger to soldering. It's not a difficult thing to do, and it should be fine. It should be fine.
But, oh, goodness me, honestly, what a palaver.
Right, so, been to B&Q, finished work by the way. Insulating tape, because it didn't have any heat shrink, so I'll replace it with heat shrink as soon as I can, but for now I'll have to do it. Soldering iron and solder. I had a shock at the price of solder. Flipping heck. Back in the day, it used to be about £2 a roll, now it's £9 a roll. It's ridiculous, right? So let me spin you around. I don't know if you're going to get this, but I need to cut the connector off there as close as I can to the black part, and of course need to do the same thing at this end. Right, and then I can bare some wires and solder them together. Let's have a look. So I have bared the cables, so to speak, and I've cut the ends off, but you can see, if I show you in here, this is what happened. Got completely squashed and all bent out of shape, and that was knackered. And the other end's just probably about as bad as well, and it looks like this. That's kind of beaten up, right? So I've had to cut those off, bare the cables. Now I'm going to try and solder them. Right, so here we go. So we can see that's a bit of a better job. Now I am no expert at this whatsoever, okay, and I haven't done any soldering for years and years and years, and like I say, this tape is awful, but it's going to stop the positive and negative touching each other or touching anything else, and that's all it's there for at the minute. But I will get some heat shrink. I'll go onto Amazon tonight and order some, if this actually goes back together okay. Right, is this cold now? Can I put some tape on it? Yeah, I can, yeah. Right, here we go. Hopefully this works, fingers crossed. Despite my best efforts, can't get it to work at all. There's power going into the receiver's working, and the remote control is working, but beyond that there's no movement. We've checked the fuse, checked the wiring, just do not know what's going on. So I've emailed, or I've sent a WhatsApp message to the chap who sold it to me, who he fits these vans out and sells them as campers, and I asked him if he can take a look at it and make some repairs for me, which obviously is going to cost me. But if he can't fit me in, I'll have to try and get hold of an auto electrician. And of course, all this is going to take a number of days. In the meantime, my fridge freezer is full of food. Oh, it's going to stink. It's going to go mouldy. It's going to go manky. And that's going to cause a problem. It's also going to cause a problem because I can't really eat very healthily until it's repaired. So I'm a bit fed up at the minute that I couldn't fix it. Well, there's nothing I can do about it. Do you know what I mean? Nothing I can do. I'm just gotta get on with it. Right. Anyway, I've got to think about food options now because I can't get to any of my food. I don't have access to any of it. My fridge is there. This bed is going nowhere because there's no manual override on this bed at all, as far as I'm aware. You gotta laugh, haven't you? Gotta laugh. Took all of that apart and I resoldered it again, just in case I had, you know, like a dry joint or a bad joint or something. Still didn't work. So I phoned, just out of the off chance, the place where I bought it from. Well, I say I phoned them, I didn't. I sent them a WhatsApp message, and I was surprised that they responded very quickly, and they were desperately trying to help me out, give me some suggestions, give me some ideas and stuff. And they mentioned about the fuse. Now, I had checked the fuse because there's a fuse inside the receiver. I had checked the fuse and it looked absolutely fine. In fact, there was a guy in a camper van next to me and he looked at it and he thought it was fine too. But the guy at the place where I bought the van said, yes, but just because it looks like it's intact, it doesn't mean you've got a decent continuity of current. If you bring it over, I will put a tester on it and, we'll check the continuity for you. And I thought that was really, really decent of him. Bearing in mind I bought this van 4 years ago. Do you know what I mean? And he still remembered me. He still was prepared to offer me some help and some support. I thought it was a really good service. But anyway, so I thought, do you know what? I think I've got some fuses somewhere knocking around in the van. I dug around, I hunted around, and I found the same 20 amp fuse, and I swapped it out, and voila, it now works. So, if they hadn't have told me about the continuity and that sort of thing, then I wouldn't have thought about that. So I was really pleased to have got with that piece of advice, and it did help me out a lot. So it's working now. It goes up, it goes down. I can sit in and work at my table again. So that's good. That's a bit of weight off my shoulders for now. So I'm back at the Toby Carver. I went to my brother's for tea. He said he was going to cook tea, so that's why I went over. I ended up having takeaway. Oh, my diet. So as much as I love pork is a really fatty meat and it's not good for you at all. So, yeah, that wasn't good. But I don't make a habit of it, to be fair. What else? Today, of course, I told you I had my breakfast wrap, which is really, really bad. No, and I didn't want to go back in there for lunch, so I got a pasta salad from Asda. Again, all that pasta and then the saucy dressing stuff they put on top, which is kind of full of sugars and E numbers and probably carbs, and it's not good. It's not good. The carbs in the pasta as well and whatnot. So a little bit better than the roast beef sandwich, I think. I'm not quite sure, but not by much. But an awful lot cheaper. And I had with that, did I have a yogurt? Yeah, I think I had a yogurt with that, which is good. And then for tea tonight, of course, I told you, we had the kebab meat and chips. That's really bad. So I have gained a little bit of that weight that I'd lost over the last couple of days. So I need to really make sure I'm back on it now and get back on the losing side of that and not the gaining side of that. It's hard, but I'll stick with it. I'm determined. Anyway, so that's it really. That's my update. Yeah, I was absolutely gutted when the bed stopped working. I was like, oh my God. I got into a bit of a panic, if I'm honest. But that's mostly because of my autism, and you tend to catastrophize. Do you know what I mean? Where it's not the end of the world, but you're triggered into reacting as if it was the end of the world. Does that make sense? Even though it's not, clearly. But yes, we got it solved. All done and dusted. Anyway, that's all I've got for you at this minute in time. So, it's been I'll try and put in here, if I haven't already, some snippets of the repair. It's not a perfect repair, but it'll do. Yeah. So, guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We picked up a few more subscribers this week, which is lovely. And it'd be nice to pick up a few more if we can. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to get some sleep because I think you can tell I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm shattered. Been a long day at work. And Part of the stroke is fatigue. I get fatigued very easily now, and I just want to sleep. Catch you later.